Thinking of investing, working, or starting a business in the cannabis industry? We've got you covered right here on Plant Problems. Hosted by Tony Frischknecht, Plant Problems takes a different approach to cannabis than what you're seeing and hearing from the mainstream media. Come along with Tony and be in the know about how to invest, work, or start a cannabis business. Let's get the show started with your host, Tony Frischknecht.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Plant Problems. Thanks for joining me here today. I appreciate my listeners and my new listeners out there, so I'll give you guys props for listening in and trying to get a little bit better information on where you're going to take your cannabis company. So I wanted to start working with you on some stuff today on your business plan. Everybody talks about these and how important they are. I agree. They are extremely important, no matter how big or how small. I'd first like to start with you guys talking about your vision. Once you see your company and where it's at or where it isn't at, you may have kind of stumbled into the situation without a business plan and saw some success and were able to get to this far, and you may have seen some huge success, or you may just be kind of stuck. And the vision of where you're going and ideas of how you're going to get there is so crucial. It's something that's going to drive you to success, because money is great, but when you don't have it, it's not as powerful as a motivator as you think it might be. I hear people talk about passion and is their motivation, which I think is a huge one as well. But I learned something the other day about visions, and it's so easy to shoot for a goal, understand where it's at, and achieve it, and you don't really have the same feeling that you thought you would by achieving that goal. And some of that may have to do with your vision wasn't big enough. Your plan wasn't bigger than you. And I've been guilty of doing this several times. As I progress in my business life, in my entrepreneurial life, I'm learning more and more about vision and really what that matters. Because for me, vision really isn't a dollar sign. And what I mean by that is it's not, I want to make $1 million this year, or I want to make $1 million this month. What's going to drive me to achieve something that is way beyond what my mind will comprehend? And it's been hard for me to really stretch like that. It's so easy to set goals that you can attain because you feel like you're getting somewhere. And it's so foreign for you to shoot for the moon and really hit the moon, right? The old saying, shoot for the moon and hit the stars, that's a ceiling. And as I contemplate that, think that through, it's true. And it's limited me in several of my business ventures. I'm working through that right now to not setting a limit or a ceiling on where I want to be. Now, however you find it, I think it is your journey and your vision. And I think vision and passion kind of go together, because that vision seems to be, once I see an idea of that's out of this world, that starts building the passion in me to start working on things. For instance, this podcast. This podcast is something that I've been working really hard on, yet I've never done this before. Some of you out there are probably saying, oh yeah, we can tell. But really, to be open with everybody and honest, this is something that is built into my vision for where I want to be. And so I am doing things that I've never done before. And it's creating a bigger passion each time I get into an episode with you guys. These times in the cannabis industry are extremely difficult. And if you haven't figured that out, you will soon. And the reason why I have created this podcast is to help you guys out there. I have been through so much stuff and so many ups and downs. I'm just hoping that some of this can resonate with you and you can use this in your day-to-day to build your passion. If I can give you one thing per episode that you can take and use in your business, it would be incredible to me. I have been extremely fortunate and successful in this industry. And I feel that there's so many others that can. And I know there's big business and big money guys out there, but there's so many more entrepreneurs. And I want to create a community of you guys that can work together on projects and opportunities. There is so much opportunity in this industry, and so much more than one person or one business can attain. If there are people out there that connect from what I am doing right now, that's all I want. Well, I want you guys to win, because there's so many small business owners that actually become successful. This is a huge drive for me. It's not very often that as I built some of my companies, it was very rare that there was anybody outside of my little circle was helpful. And I like that the times are changing now. I mean, with the digital information we're receiving and being able to talk to anybody around the world now at any time is truly amazing. And so I hope I can reach a few of you guys out there that are having a tough time right now and don't really know where to turn. These are building that plan and understanding where to start is so huge, or also understanding why you're stuck. That has to do with your plan. And getting back to this whole thing about your plan and where you want to be, you need to spend some serious time thinking about it. I would even say take a weekend somewhere in the mountains or next to a beach and say, you know what, I'm going to work on my business plan this weekend. And that's all you do. If you got your business partner, or I would say even your wife, hopefully she's supportive in what you're doing. Don't bring that into the situation if that's not the case. Nothing against wives out there, but it's challenging enough to be a business owner and start something new without having negative stuff coming in and people trying to shoot down your dream. So work on that plan. And for the first year, really revisit that plan, because it's going to change. Your business plan is more about being fluid. It's just about pointing you in a direction. So for you out there that are like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, it's going to change. They always change. But it's so much better than having nothing. Having nothing is like having a boat in the water without an engine. You can't really go anywhere. You just kind of float around. This is another very important step to this process of getting to success. I know, I started several businesses without one, and I really didn't get shit from them. And coming down to it is, I got a lot of experience, but one of them was, you need to have a plan to success. And along the journey, things are going to change. It's just how it works. It's not bad, though. It's also good for keeping you in the right direction and understanding, if this doesn't fit into my plan, does it fit into anything that I'm doing? Let's get rid of it. With all the opportunity out there in this industry, it's so easy to get derailed and to see another shiny object. Just go to an industry event. There are so many bells and whistles out there. And if you're not focused on where you're headed, it's so easy to be like, well, we can do this. What about that? Why don't we do this? This is making money. Well, why don't we do that? Unless it has anything to do with where you want to go, it's a waste of your time. Simply put, it's a waste of your time. And we only have so many hours in the day to make something happen. And you can't afford to waste your time. So again, take some time and really think about where you want your business to be at in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And push yourself out to that. I never really thought past 3 years, and then I went to 5. Now I'm starting to think about 10 years. And it's only because I've seen the progress that's happened. But if you had asked me 3 years ago, would I think about 10-year investments, or would I think about 10-year opportunities? Heck no. There's very few people in my life that I can talk to about 10-year opportunities. It's very hard for the human mind to grasp that amount of distance, right? Between where you are now and where you are tomorrow. And you think about that, it's 10 years. What's that? 120 months? I think it's 120 months. You math guys out there, this is cowboy math. But understanding how far you want to be. And to add that, one of the things that I didn't learn until much later What's your exit strategy? Think about that too. Again, you don't have to know all the details, but think about what your exit strategy is going to be, because that's going to help you in so many ways. I won't go into all of them right now, but you will see if you think about those key points to your plan, be like, I remember when I was putting this together and somebody brought up an exit plan. Whether you remember if you heard it from me or somebody else, doesn't matter. It's a huge part of understanding when it's time to move out of this into something new, or when it's time to cash your chips in. So, well, guys, I talk about this in my book, From Black Market to the Man, 10 Steps to Becoming a Multimillionaire in the Legal Cannabis Industry. So please, if you guys are interested go check that out on my website, blackmarketbook.com. You can also find it on Amazon. Just type in Anthony Frischknecht. That's what I use for my author's name, is Anthony. But my friends call me Tony. So you guys have a great day today, and I appreciate you guys listening in. So thanks a lot. Talk to you guys real soon.
You've just listened to another insightful episode of Plant Problems. If you like what you heard so far, don't forget to tell your friends and colleagues. For additional resources or to leave a review, head over to plantproblem.com. Join us again next week on Plant Problems with Tony Frischknecht. We look forward to having conversations with you as we go along this journey.